Elon Musk's X is biggest outlet of Russia disinformation, EU says.
Here's a summary of the article.
Elon Musk's X was cited as the biggest outlet for peddlers of disinformation as the European Union urged Silicon Valley platforms to step up their vigilance to combat Russia's war of ideas. European Commission Vice President Vera Jourova said platforms need to act ahead of national and European elections over the next year. The EU released reports on how each of the major tech companies, including Meta Platforms Inc.'s Facebook, Alphabet Inc.'s Google and ByteDance Limited's TikTok, are faring in the battle against disinformation. Most of the major platforms agreed to work with the EU on a voluntary code of conduct, which aims to set industry standards for fact-checking and other measures. X, former Twitter, who is not under the code anymore, is the platform with the largest ratio of mis- or disinformation posts, Jourova said. As Twitter has been designated as a very large online platform, of course there are obligations given by hard law, Jourova said. Slovakia has been chosen as the country where there is fertile ground for success of the Russian pro-Kremlin, pro-war narratives, she said, adding that Facebook and Google have taken some steps to augment their efforts to fight fake information after pressure from the EU. The election this week will be a test case because the approach to Russian war in Ukraine is a divisive line.
This post received a score of 41,000, with an upvote ratio of 84%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Same story, as far as I can tell, but no paywall.
King? Do they mean Twitter?
Imagine having one of the world's most known brands and then rename it to X. No, imagine buying one of the world's most known brands for $45 billion? And then rebranding it.
Perhaps, his platform should be named Z instead of X.
X? A she you say?
Z? A? Zia you mean? He let Putin name that one.
Now I want it to happen just for journalists having to say it on TV. Elon Musk posted today on Z how he's totally not a Russian shill and how his peace plan involves giving Eastern Europe to Putin.
Something I often wonder is, how seriously are mainstream news and information consumers taking X now that Musk is in charge?
Trending Twitter tags is still how most media decides which stories to publish. Concerning. Looking into this.
People are wondering.
Great, it's worse than Facebook now.
Elon basically told everyone on the internet that for $8 a month, you can buy advertising on Twitter. And exactly what you'd expect to happen, happened. The craziest, most passionate people all bought the verification, and all of a sudden, their tweets are amplified and showing as a top response to anything they reply to. I think I nuked my Twitter account about 2 or 3 months ago, and it was after recognizing this fact. In the span of a year, Twitter went from a firehose of information from experts and assholes alike to all assholes and no experts. It's just a rage machine now, because that drives engagement.
Negative engagement is still engagement. The algorithms don't care, and neither do the anti-Antifa aka pro-FA billionaires.
Because of course it is. What a dumpster fire.
I know X is the biggest source because Twitter was also the biggest source.
No, it was Facebook, but Facebook did something about it. Facebook takes down Russian network impersonating European news outlets. Facebook removes Russian network that targeted influencers to peddle anti-vax messages. Facebook takedowns reveal sophistication of Russian trolls. Facebook discloses operations by Russia and Iran to meddle in 2020 election.
Why do people still use this garbage?
To spread and consume propaganda. It is very effective in many countries.
Just have to look at the trending page in the morning to find the new Kremlin talking points.
Also can't help but notice how much transphobia is being spewed there as well. There's no way the misinfo is only limited to Ukraine bad. From Bloomberg reporter Stephanie Bodoni, Elon Musk's X was cited as the biggest outlet for peddlers of disinformation as the European Union urged Silicon Valley platforms to step up their vigilance to combat Russia's war of ideas. European Commission Vice President Vera Jourova said platforms need to act ahead of national and European elections over the next year. This is a multi-million euro weapon of mass manipulation aimed both internally at the Russians as well as Europeans and the rest of the world, Jourova told reporters Tuesday. The very large platforms must address this risk. Especially that we have to expect that the Kremlin and others will be active before our European elections.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.